What is up, you guys? I am Jonathan Mead. Today I'm going to talk to you about 6 keys to getting more flexibility that aren't stretching. Now, I'm not saying that stretching is bad or that stretching doesn't work. Obviously, you need to stretch if you want to get more flexible. But oftentimes what people do is they end up spending a lot of time stretching and they're not getting results, they're not getting more flexible. So the things that I'm going to share with you today are going to help you get more flexible, even if you're super stiff, even if you've stretched a lot in the past or have done yoga a lot in the past and it hasn't worked for you. All right, so key number one is dropping into an open focus. So you see, through modern life, we're always going from one task to the next, and our focus is very narrow and it's really collapsed on one thing, one task. And the problem with that is it creates a stress response in our body. It creates a rigidity in our body. Our nervous system is on alert, and when your nervous system is on alert, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to relax at the level that you want to. And if you can't relax, you can't improve your range of motion, you can't improve your flexibility. So instead of having this narrow focus, what I want you to do is to drop into an open focus. So make your vision wide and take in the entire space around you. Then move into stretching. So play around with that. Play around with the difference between focusing narrowly on I'm just focusing on that, and then I'm focusing on the whole space, the whole room around me. See how that changes your body. I guarantee you it'll help you with your flexibility. All right, so the second key number 2, is to build better motor maps. So what happens is we often try to change our body immediately when we're going into stretching without first dropping into and actually being in our bodies. So if you want to make a change in your body, first make sure you're actually inhabiting it. First drop into your body. Breathe. Feel the weight of your body in the contact that it's making with the ground. Feel the surface of your skin, right? If you're trying to improve a certain range of motion in a particular joint, say the shoulder, move that shoulder through its range of motion first in just an easy circle. And what you're going to do by that process is improve the motor map of that area. So the better detail of a motor map we have, the more our brain says, this is a safe range to move in. I'm going to give you a little bit more range of motion, right? If we don't have a very good detailed map or good brain connection, good body-mind connection to the area we're trying to improve our flexibility in, we're not going to get that green light to increase range of motion. In fact, we might tense up even more and guard even more. So it's like those fantasy books, right? Where the area isn't very well mapped out and it says, here there be dragons, right? We don't know what's over there, so there must be dragons. And your brain kind of does the same thing. If it doesn't have a very good awareness of a certain area, it tends to guard through the creation of tension. All right, the third tip is to make your training goal focused. So instead of just stretching, right, and you're just, kind of doing this and you're hanging out, maybe you're going through the motions, maybe you're thinking about your to-do list or something like that, make it goal-oriented. When you're stretching, which is essentially just reaching, right? Every stretch is you're reaching with a particular area of your body. So when you are reaching, reach for something. Reach for a ball, reach for a book, reach for anything. That is going to make it more goal-oriented, which your brain is wired to see as meaningful, right? We weren't evolved to do these arbitrary stretches that have no actual practical purpose. We evolved to reach to pick fruit off of a tree, or to reach to dig underneath something underground, or to help someone up. We evolved to complete tasks. So the more you can make your stretching goal-oriented, the more range of motion you're going to get. All right, tip number 4 to help you build more flexibility that isn't just stretching is to set the state that you want to be in, right? So if you go into your training session or your stretching and you have a belief that I'm not a flexible person, or you have a belief that this isn't going to do anything, or why am I even bothering, or I just should do this, I don't really want to do this, that's going to have a negative outcome on your training, because your body and your mind aren't these two separate things. They're actually one thing. So the more we treat our training as we're training in the body and the mind at the same time, the more effective we're going to be. So just before you start any training session, set an intention for what you want to get out of it. How do you want to feel when you're doing it? All right, tip number 5, actually change your beliefs, change your mindset. Whether or not you've been flexible in the past, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's who you are, right? None of us were born inflexible. None of us were born weak. None of us were born stiff or uncoordinated. We just learn that over time. And by practicing something new, practicing something different, you can change your body. Anything is capable if you change your mind first. All right, so I saved the last tip, tip number 6, for last, because this might be the most important one, and I want you to end with something really tangible that you can take and apply to your daily life immediately. So what we need to do if we want to really improve our flexibility is we need to stop the source of the tension. Now that source of the tension might be, you getting stressed out at your job. It might be you sitting hunched over all day at a desk. It might be, that you're in a relationship that you don't really want to be in. There's all sorts of different sources of tension. They can be from work, they can be from relationships, they can be from just the environment that we're in, and that's all impacting us. So I want you to think about, where is the source of your tension? Because we can do these stretches and we can, put in a lot of effort into these exercises and correctives and all these things and not really get the full benefit, because we just put our body back in the same shitty environment, and then the tension comes right back. So you know this if you've ever gotten a massage or chiropractic adjustment, you feel great. And then the next day you're like, hey, what happened? I'm not feeling good. So think about, where is the source of tension in your life and what can you do to change it at the root so it's not something you struggle with anymore. All right, you guys, so those are my top 6 tips to improve your flexibility that don't involve stretching. If you like this, definitely give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below and let me know which of these tips was most valuable to you. Which of these are you gonna apply first? Also subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified. I'm releasing new videos every single week to help you level up your body, to help you feel great, and to have a body that feels awesome to wake up in. As always, I'm Jonathan Meade. Take good care of yourself, be in your body, believe in yourself. You are capable of so much, and I will see you in the next video.